want them to go
Okay.
off a spotlight, you just click the little thing and say remove spotlight. And I'm like, well, gee, that's simple. So I'm doing
Okay.
that in meetings.
Okay. I love it. Okay. This is going live. I think I'm live. Hold
Yep.
please.
It says
Okay. I'm
live.
live. All
Yep.
right. So now I go to your name.
Yep. Go. So, yep. And you got the little dot, dot, dot in the top right. And it'll say add
Wait, people
spotlight.
keep jumping in. Okay.
And no worries.
Spotlight for everyone is all it says.
Nope. You could, should say spotlight host, or I can't see it. If you make me
Should I
co-host,
make you host?
make me co-host.
I'll
Yeah.
make you co-host. Maybe that's what it is.
There you go. You make me
All right,
co-host.
hold on. Let's see. It says spotlight for everyone.
All right. See, there you go. Okay, so let's see, spotlight for everyone. So there you go. Ha. Okay, so check this out. I can do us side by side.
Oh,
How's
I don't
that?
need to be on. No,
I
just
didn't
you.
say, I'm just
Spotlight.
saying. So you can add and subtract. So you guys, if you ever want to do this, it just makes it look prettier, and then like remove spotlight, and then it goes stuck to my face. Cool. Hey,
I
check
love
this out.
it.
Check this out. This is a fun one. It's like you can randomly grab people, and you can randomly grab people and stick them on here. She's like, oh, come on, don't do that to me.
Call them out.
Her hair looks good today, so you can do whatever you want, right? All right. So
Wow, thank you.
you're welcome. I was a hairstylist back in one of my younger years, so welcome to the club. Okay. So on Zoom, your hair looks great. Okay. So uh, Elizabeth asked me to do this conversation. Guys, man, so much has happened since you and I agreed to do this. Okay, so first things first. Let's get right into the actual most important thing we can do right now, and that is getting into the mindset of who you are. Elizabeth, I can't do those. I can't do those slides. That'll go a mile long, but I think this will be good stuff for you guys. Okay, so
Cool.
right now, the most important thing we need to do is we need to understand that there are things that are going on in this world that are controllable. There are things that are going on in this world that are not controllable. So it's when we start to try to control things that aren't controllable is when we start to feel stress and frustration. So in order for us to actually eliminate stress and frustration, number one, most important thing you can do is learn to breathe again. See, what happens is as you're going through this process in life and you're seeing something that's frustrating, you got something that scares you, you got something that's bothering you, you got something that's adding frustration, you've got something that's starting to creep up, and that fear is starting to creep up as you're going through. What you'll find is your body's natural response is to stop breathing. Like when people get scared when they get scared in a haunted house, do you ever see them just stop and go, no, they go, and they stop breathing. And that's your body's response to like get ready to run, right? The problem is if we're living in that space, it makes it really hard for us to be able to function and move forward. So I want you to start thinking, number one, controlling how you feel is as simple as controlling how you breathe. And a lot of people don't realize that they are directly coupled. So here's the difference. When you are thinking about something or you are experiencing something that scares you or starting to build up in fear, when you start to breathe into it, it starts to shift to excitement. You're like, wait a minute. When I'm scared, if I start to breathe deep, it'll shift towards the feeling of excitement. And if I continue to breathe into this, it'll shift towards the feeling of exhilaration. Kind of wild, right? So what you'll learn is that there are people that do crazy stuff. Have you guys ever jumped off anything higher than 20, 30 feet? My highest is 80. Well, my highest is 14,000 because I jumped out of an airplane, but that's completely different. But free jumping without a parachute, jumped off 80 feet. And I'll tell you, there's a moment when you're standing up there looking down, and you're like, dang, right? And the thing is, the longer you stand there, the more fear you feel. It doesn't get better, right? So there's a couple of processes that people do, and sometimes we do it unconsciously, but many times we will do it consciously in those moments. And it goes something like this. How do you get somebody to step off that railing? And by the way, if you ever go to Hana in Maui and you go to seven sacred pools, there's a bridge in the middle of seven sacred pools, and there's a little X chiseled into it where you can jump off of there into the water. It's actually illegal, but I'm not into rules. So jump off that thing. And by the way, if you go up the hill, there's bigger waterfalls up the hill, but you got to hike all the way up to the top through the bamboo forest, and then you can jump waterfall to waterfall to waterfall to waterfall down. But there's this moment when you're standing on the edge and you got to get yourself to make that move. And it really is kind of an interesting process. How do most people do that? Okay, we're going to count down from five, right? Five, four, three. On one, you're going. Five, four, three, two, one. Boom. And off you go. But guys, there's times when you're feeling fear in life, when you're just doing normal stuff, like you're sitting in your car at a stoplight and you're like, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I really don't need this in my life. I need business to be easier, not harder. And that you can use that same process where you can count backwards from five. You go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And let your mind start going on the stuff that you want. You got to draw a line in the sand. I'm not saying don't feel things, but what I'm saying is when you get a feeling that doesn't align with you, what I want you to do is I want you to let it flow through you. I don't want you to hold on to it. I don't want you to trap it. Just because you had a feeling doesn't mean you want to stop it, doesn't mean you have to stop it. Bad feelings are just an indicator of what's going on around, right? And a lot of times it's an indicator of what's going on in your head. So what we need to start doing is we just need to start thinking, when I'm having these moments of fear, when I feel like I'm out of control, what I can do is I can count backwards from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I can replace whatever I'm thinking with a positive thought. And typically what I want you to focus on is, what do you really want? Right? Because stewing on what you don't want isn't going to make it better, guys. I think what you'll find is that the more you stew on that, the more you're going to find more of that, and the more you're going to see more of that. Because the law of attraction is very, very simple. What you focus on expands. So if you're focused on wreckage and you're focused on frustration, you're focused on people doing crazy stuff, and you're focused on the fear that something's going to change that I don't want to change, focused on the fear that you're going to lose something that you've already got, or you're not going to get something that you really want, or you're going to go into a position where you're now back in struggle versus being in a feeling of affluence, whatever those things are, the more you focus on that, the more the struggle gets real. So what I need you to do is I need you to get really clear on what you want your life to look like. And I think the one thing right now, when I see people that are frustrated and stressed out, and when I'm coaching people one-on-one, and we get teams that are frustrated and aggravated, they're moving to our company, and I get into it's like, well, what do you really want? What do you want your life to look like? Okay. So you guys can do this exercise with yourself. Okay. This is actually the exercise. Funny enough, like Elizabeth's like, let's talk about production. Okay. And this ties directly to production. The first thing I do when I'm talking to somebody about production and selling more houses is I want to find out where they're at now. Like, where are you at now? Where do you want to be? And how are you going to get there, right? So what you guys can do is, this is the conversation that I use when I'm doing attraction. Okay. When I'm doing attraction, I'm sitting down with somebody. The first thing I want to do is I want to make it about them. Can you guys imagine doing this in a listing appointment? Can you imagine doing this working with a buyer? Same exact recipe I use with buyers and sellers, I use for attraction. But I want you guys to use this recipe on yourself first. Okay. That do unto others as you would have done to yourself. Do this to yourself first. Okay. Where are you at now? Where are you? Okay. What do you like to do? What do you not like to do? What's working? What's not working? Ask yourself those 4 questions. Okay. What do you like to do? What do you not like to do? What's working for you? What's not working for you? And then I want you to put down a number. How many dollars are you currently making doing what you do? Okay. And then the second exercise is I want you to sit down with yourself and say, what do I want to do? What do I want my life to look like? What life to look like? Okay. What do I want my life to look like? How many dollars do I want to have? How many hours a week do I want to work? What do I want this thing to look like? Because what I find is that when people have high levels of fear in their life or high levels of uncertainty, or they stand up, they come to me and they're like, Russ, I just don't know what to do with this. Which way do I go with this? I said, well, what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? And they're like, well, yeah, that's secondary. I need to know what to do. Like, until I know what you want your life to look like, I can't give you good advice. Have you guys ever seen Alice in Wonderland? You get Alice in Wonderland. She's like walking through the forest, right? And she's doing her thing, and she gets to this fork in the path, and she's standing there, and she's like, "I'm lost. I don't know where I need to go. I have no idea which way to go. Do I go left or right?" And she looks up, and there's this Cheshire cat, right? The big smiley thing, right? Big old toothy grin, and he's like, "Are you lost?" And she's like, "Yeah, I don't know which way to go." And he basically says something along the lines of like, "Well, where are you trying to go?" And she goes, "I don't know." And he's like, "Then it doesn't matter which way you go." Guys, when we get to those points in our life where there's a fork in the road, some of you guys right now might be thinking, do I want to be in this business or not be in this business? Okay. I would like to be in this business if I could make X amount of dollars and work X amount of hours. So we've got to start thinking and doing the things and getting clear on what we want our business to look like. And then when a decision comes up of whether I do it or don't do it, do I work on that? Do I not work on that? I can look at it and say, does that more likely get me to where I want to go or not?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I want to look at also is, how does this make me feel? Guys, you can do so much more from a position of strength and a position of excitement and a position of enthusiasm. Elizabeth, I don't even actually know anything. I'm just super excited.
Well, it's
I'm complete.
infectious.
I'm super excited. That's all that I have, right? But you can have two people say the same exact thing and have two completely different stories and two completely different things coming out of that. So, guys, as we approach this world and as we approach our customers, we approach our clients, we approach each other, we approach our spouses and our friends, I want you to understand that the way we bring our energy to a room, the way we bring our energy to a conversation, the way we bring our energy to introducing each other and saying hello to each other. You guys see me, Elizabeth, you see me every time I see you. What do? Like, she goes, it's Russ. And I'm like, it's Elizabeth. Like, God, squeeze this one, right? I get excited every time I see you. I'm like a stupid Labrador retriever, right? But guys, that level of energy and excitement you can start to add to your business. And it doesn't have to be fake because I truly do like Elizabeth. So I'm excited to see her. So listen, let your face know what your body's thinking. Let the two communicate with each other. If you're excited, show it, right? So I want you guys to start thinking, where do you want to go? And the thing that makes you feel good and the thing that makes you feel a little bit excited, that's what I want you to focus on, right? Because people are like, well, Russ, I don't really know. I'm like, well, let's start making a list. Okay. And as you make that list, right? If you make that list and you're like, well, what do you want? I want $1 million liquid cash. How does that one feel? If I had $1 million liquid cash, wow. Okay. So I would like to have no house payment. I would like to have no other debts, right? I would like to not have to trade time for money. I would like to be in a position where I don't have to trade time for money doing this, right? I would like the freedom to be able to take a week or 2 or 3 off and not starve financially. What are those things that you want, right? For the beginning parts, it's like we're just going to go focus on a money part. Okay, so guys, here's something that's super important. You guys need to understand where you're at on this curve. And Elizabeth, I don't think I've done this with your crew before, but this is super important to understand that we're all somewhere on this curve. And it was kind of a weird realization a couple months ago when I realized that pretty much everybody is on this curve somewhere. And once you get clear on what this curve looks like, you can see where's my current step and where's my next step. And then what can I work on long term? Okay, so once you get clear on where you fit on this path, it makes it a lot easier for you to actually say, okay, I'm there now, and the next thing I need to work on is, but by the way, I can work on 3 and 4 in the process of working on 1 and 2. Okay, so a lot of people get stuck. It's like, this is the one I'm on. I'm on step 1. Okay, great. But if you could have step 4 already starting in the process while you're on step 1, wouldn't that be better? It's like when you get to 3, it's like easier to jump to 4, okay? So most real estate agents are stuck in phase 1 of their business because you're trading time for money and it's about money. Okay. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I work for money too, guys, right? I do this and people pay me to do this. And don't get me wrong, I happen to really love what I do, which makes it a ton more fun, but I get paid to do this. Okay. If I wasn't doing this and getting paid to do this, I'd have to do something else to get paid to do that because I'm not at this exit point yet for myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm doing pretty good, but I'm not at what I want to consider my exit point. My exit point is within sight, but it's a couple years out. Okay. I'm 52. My exit, I think I could probably hit my exit by 60 with not too much trouble, maybe sooner. Okay. So with that said, most of the things that people are doing, real estate agents are doing, is like they're trading time for money because money is the most important thing. Because like I've got goals and this guy wants to have stuff, be stuff, see stuff, do stuff, experience stuff, right? That guy right there needs a certain amount of cash to do that. So people are working through this cash. So here's the fun part. A typical real estate agent, when we sit down with them, their first thing is like, I ask Elizabeth, I've asked this to thousands of agents over the years. I'm like, how much money do you want to make? And they almost always say, I want to make 100 grand. Okay, that tells me 2 things. Number 1, they've never made 100 grand before. And number 2, that they've got a little bit of work to do, right? Because here's the thing. Every real estate agent starts off in this business at 0-0. I don't care what age you are. Everybody starts in the business at 0-0. That means they have 0 years experience and $0 doing it, right? So the goal is to get more experience and make more money doing it. And then the fun part is once they get to a certain number, once they get to that 100K, Elizabeth, what happens?
They want to
Now,
make more.
now they want 200, right? And then when they hit 200, they're like, oh, I should have gone for 4, right? So this number moves. So this target continues to move, right? But for a lot of people, they get stuck. The average real estate agent nationally, I've seen a couple stats on this. Some of them are state and some are national. I believe the national stat was $54,000. Okay. So if the goal of almost every real estate agent I've ever met was to make 100 grand or more a year, and the average is 54, that means there's a bunch of people that aren't hitting their goal. Right. So what happens when they get to 100? They change the game and they're like, oh, I should go for 2. And then once they get to 2, they're like, oh, I should go for 3. Or they just naturally progress to that. And then at some point they're like, okay, the money thing is kind of handled. I'm good. I've got that quantified. And now I want my time back. So where are you guys on this, right? Are you making plenty of money, but now you want your time back? So when I get somebody that's at that 2 and 3 and 400,000 range, and I'm talking to them and having this conversation, the next thing I say is, okay, so now that you're making good money, you got good money. Like, can we set up a scenario where I can make that money and I want to work 40 hours a week or less? And Elizabeth, a lot of people look at me and they're like, yeah, it's not possible. I'm like, well, maybe not possible for you with your current skill set, but keep in mind, guys, you want to get really clear on who this person is, right? Because I don't know anybody that's at that 3 and 400,000 range plus, even the 150 to 200,000 range plus, that says to me, Elizabeth, you know what? I'm totally cool working every evening and every weekend and having every meal interrupted and having my phone blow up off the freaking hook every time I turn around. Right. Every time I'm on vacation or going on vacation, the day before I go on vacation, that person that hasn't communicated with me in 6 years is like, hey, could you come over and list my house tomorrow? Like, my flight's at like 4, so I'll be there at 11. But that's what we do, right? So we got to start thinking time. So guys, when you're building out this person and getting really clear on who this person is, I want you to have a number, but I also want you to have hours too. I want you to start thinking this person right here works 5 days a week. So I'm working X time to X time. I take Tuesdays off. I will work late on Mondays. I will work late on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I'm off on Sundays. You can't touch me. Can you do that with your business? Right? A lot of people are saying, well, Russ, like we're going to have to do whatever it takes right now because of the changes that are going on in the business. I don't agree. I don't agree. I truly believe I can build the business of my dreams in the world of my dreams if I get focused on it, but I've got to be really focused on it. I've got to be really intentional with it. And then I've got to control the things that are controllable. Are there times when things happen? Sure. But if people call me after hours and they get my voicemail, hey, this is Russ Laggan. I'm done working today at 7 p.m. If you're calling me after 7 p.m., I will be reaching out to you first thing in the morning before 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Please leave me a message. If it's an emergency, call 911. Right? And then the next morning I call them. I'm like, hey, this is Russ Laggan, real estate dude, just touching base with you. You called last night, calling you like I said I would. And then they start building rapport with them, doing what you say you're going to do, right? So we've got to start thinking, how do I build these things into my life? And then the next stage in your business is building an exit. How do I set myself up? When I get these two balanced, I've got plenty of money, I got plenty of time. Then the next step is, how do I actually set myself up where I don't have to do this anymore? That's part of the beauty of being with the company that I'm with and you're with, is that this is already starting to be baked into the process. So a lot of you guys might be thinking, hey, the business is shifting, the world is shifting, things are changing. Maybe I should change something. Guys, this is one of the few companies I know that automatically starts setting you up for that exit program right out of the gate. By the way, step number 4 is once you're like, hey, I've got all the money I need, I'm good, I can live the rest of my life without actually having to add more dollars to it. I'm pretty much good. I could retire if I want to, but I want to keep doing stuff. What does that person do? That person starts building a legacy. And I did this conversation for Elizabeth when we were talking to the attraction people about attracting agents. The next phase is build legacy. Elizabeth right now is building legacy. Do you have to actually work every day? Do you need the paycheck? Not as much as you used to, right? But you're building a legacy right now because all of the lives you touch, you make a difference. There's going to be a bunch of people in your life that'll say, because I met her, because I knew them, because I was around them, because they were my real estate agent, this changed the trajectory of my life. Think about the people that you helped buy a house 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 years ago. Think about the people you helped buy a house 10 and 20 years ago. Guys, their net worth is substantially higher because of the advice and the guidance and what we did to help them get in a house. You are part of their financial stability and part of their financial future. And you got to start to see it like that. You're not just a real estate. The things we do change people's lives. The houses we help put them in can help change their lives. When you look at the average house in your market appreciated $200,000 over the last 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years, an extra 200 grand is helping them get to the exit plan, right? So you build a legacy. And then when somebody gets to the point where they've built their legacy, then the people like Elizabeth right now, she's actually helping focus on outside people and helping other people build their legacy. So guys, you are somewhere on this path, right? And when you're on this path now building into this person here, you got to get really clear on what that person wants. And typically what that person wants is the next step in this path. So get really, really clear on that and then start focusing on what you can do to actually achieve that and get to that. Okay. Good. A little bit of mindset. Okay. Listen, guys, I want to tell you, you are exactly where you need to be right now to be successful and get through wherever you need to go. You are in the right place for you. You don't have to go anywhere else to get that. You've got fantastic, everybody that's on here, you've got fantastic leadership. Elizabeth is leading. You're not hiding right now. By the way, there's a bunch of leaders that are hiding right now. She's not. Okay. You've got leaders like myself. You've got leaders like Holly Mabry and Lauren Coleman. I'm interviewing them next on the Big Agent Meeting. We're going to do a first session on that. Is going to be talking about what's going on with NAR and what do we need to do differently, right? And then we've got Brian Ellington is going to be interviewing Tina Call and one of her buyer's agents to talk about how they're going to work through this stuff and what are they making and doing adjustments. Guys, you have leadership that's standing up and saying, we got you. By the way, there's not a lot of companies that got that. Not a lot of them have that. So we've got you. Is it going to be easy? Maybe not as easy as we'd like it to be, but is it going to be hard? It doesn't have to be hard. It's like, well, Russ, this is going to be tough. Not necessarily. You're still going to wake up in the morning. You're still going to put your pants on. You're still going to put your shoes on. Hopefully you brush your teeth. Get out. You're still going to get out there and do stuff, right? This is still the business for you. And here's the fun part. The ones with leadership that figure it out early, they're going to be stealing market share like it's going out of style. Because there's a lot of people that don't have leadership telling them what to do. So they're going to be out there winging it. So we can be an example to the people out there that are winging it of how to do it right. I had this guy that I worked with in a business for a long time. His name is John. I won't completely out John Hoffman, but he was just hard. He was so hard on the other agents. And he finally I saw him maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And he's like, Russ, I finally figured it out. I'm like, what did you figure out? I finally figured out instead of just kicking the crap out of these people and beating the snot out of them, if I put my arm around them and helped them through the process, it was a lot less painful and stressful. So he started collaborating with people instead of just fighting them, right? And guys, in this market right now, we need to start being much more collaborative because there's going to be a bunch of agents out there that don't have leadership like you do, that are showing them the path. So we can be that light and you can be that beacon. And by the way, if you're with EXP and you're a light and a beacon to other people, somebody's going to say, hey, I probably want to hang out with you guys because you guys are leading by example. I want to be there. We've got brokerages that are asking us if they can roll into us right now. We've got dozens and dozens and dozens of them we're in conversations with every single week because we are a resource and we're a landing spot for people that can take their business to the next level and have leadership and have guidance. And some of these guys just don't want to navigate this thing alone. Okay, so Elizabeth, 3 recipes, just in case they didn't see these. So you said condensed version, or like, watch this, right? You guys want to sell more houses? Yeah? Okay, let's sell a couple of houses, okay? Just number information. My best year is 143 closings. I had 1 full-time, 1 part-time person working with me, okay? So we know a little bit about selling houses. And I will tell you the whole thing that kicked that off, and I will tell you exactly what that secret is, oh, wait a minute. I got to go. I'm sorry, guys. I got to go.
Nice try. You got 15 minutes.
Real estate market update is your #1 most powerful tool for 2 reasons. Number 1, it is super important that you guys know what's going on in the market right now. And it's super important that you learn how to convey this information. And listen, guys, the first time you do your market update, you're going to feel like an idiot. You're like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. The good news is you can just hit delete and re-record it, right? So I want you guys to start doing a video market update for 2 reasons. Number 1 reason it's most important is you really need to know what's going on right now. So when people ask you a question, you're able to answer them with a level of intelligence and a level of knowledge. And I want you to start to sound like an expert. Okay. I don't want you to just go off pontificating on a bunch of nonsense with people, but I want you to sound like an expert. Okay. So market update is the best recipe that you guys can have for two reasons. Number one, everybody right now is going, what's going on out there? My father-in-law called me. He's like, hey, Russ, I'm reading this Wall Street Journal article about commissions going away with real estate. Is that true? Okay, that's one thing. And I'm saying, hey, Jerry, by the way, I do my market update every month that tells you what's going on in the market. I'm going to make sure is this going to collapse the real estate market? Is this going to change home prices? Is this going to whatever, right? Are there pieces and things that are going on in the market right now that we need to be talking about? Sure. What does this really mean? Super simple answer is what does this really mean? So what it simply means is that we're not going to be able to advertise the co-op brokerage amount in commission in the MLS, right? And everybody working with a buyer is going to have a written agreement being detailed about how that buyer's agent is representing them, what they're doing, what my role is, and what their role is. And by the way, guys, we do that with listings all the time now. It's no different than having a listing agreement. Like, I think it's crazy to work with a buyer without a written agreement. Okay, that's been always what I've taught and trained. My guy, Sean, that took over my team in Tampa, Sean called me the other day and he's like, thank you. I'm like, for what? He's like, thank you for forcing me to do that stupid buyer's brokerage agreement because I've been doing that since day one because you made me do it. And I've made everybody on my team do it. So we don't have to change anything. We already do what they're the proposed change, right? So now we've got to start getting out and telling the story. Guys, this is an opportunity for the real estate industry to actually take this narrative and run with the narrative and start to make sure people know what we actually do. We should be the resource that people see and go to when they say real estate. My father-in-law calls me. You know why he calls me? Because I'm going to tell him what's really going on. So he's at the senior living facility now, and everybody's like, I was reading the Wall Street Journal and blah blah. And my father-in-law is educating people. I'm like, that's not what's actually happening. I was talking to my son-in-law, who knows a little bit about this. That's not what's actually happening. So it's super important to make sure that we have the ability to communicate what's going on in the market. We should have been doing it all along. Part of the reason we're in the problem we're in is because people don't really know what we do. So we got to start talking about what we do and how we do it. Okay. Not look at me. It's like, if you're out there, this is for you. Make it about them. Okay. Real estate market update. People are going to be asking you questions about the market and market related things. Every single time somebody asks me anything about real estate, I'm going to respond to them with this. Hey, by the way, I do a market update every month that tells people what's going on in the market. You want me to put you on that list and send it to you? Guys, you could get 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 10 people every single week right now that are going to ask you that question. If you go out and about and you know the answer to that, you're going to have 5 people per week. That's 20 in a month. That's 240 people in a year that you can add just doing your real estate market update. And let's say your conversion on your sphere of influence is horrible. 8 to 10% is a good number. 10% is high now because of the average time people are moving. 8% is a normal sphere of influence conversion rate. Even if we half donkey it and only close it at 4%, that's still way higher than online lead generation, which is at 1%. So would you like to have your business 4 times easier? Start working on building your sphere. Start becoming a resource. Start adding people to your sphere of influence intentionally and getting them on your market update every month that tells them what's going on in the market. And even if you close them at 4%, that's still what? Six home sales? More over the next year? Just from doing that and having that in your pocket. Okay, so that's recipe number 1. Second part of this real estate market update is it gives you something to talk about. You need to know this info anyway, right? Guys, when we go out in the market, somebody asks you, how's the market? And you just kind of wing it, which I know you do. I know a bunch of people that do, okay? Because I've asked them, like, hey, how's the market? And they're like, it's kind of, like, what? What language was that? Because that wasn't English, right? Like, well, okay. So you don't have any idea what's going on, do you? No. Okay, so having 1 or 2 of these simple statistics in the back pocket is super important. So I was in Indianapolis. I saw you guys a couple weeks ago, right? And then drove my wife back home to Detroit, right? And then I flew to Dallas, and I was in Dallas. I saw Elizabeth Riley. I was like, yeah, right? And then I went to Indianapolis on the way out of there. And one of the conversations we had was like, guys, do a good market update. I'm like, so how's the market here? And they're like, okay, yeah, nothing, right? Got it. So is the market better or worse than it was last year? They're like, some of them are saying better, some of them are saying worse. I'm like, how do you know? right? I said, would you guys like to know what your supply of homes is currently in your market? And they're like, yeah, like your market right now, Indianapolis overall, the whole, all the main counties, 1.7 month supply of homes. Huh. So what does that mean? Well, guys, do you think house prices are going to go down in the next year? And they're like, yeah, probably going to go down. I'm like, not in a
Oh,
1.7 month supply of homes. That's not how it works, right? It's supply and demand. Is it going to go up as much as it did in the past? No. But is it going to go up more at a 1.7 month supply of homes? That means there's 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 10 buyers for every house still. If you put a house on the market that's priced right, it's going to get into a bidding war. You're going to have multiple offers. Are you guys still seeing that? They're like, yeah. And what does that do to house prices? Drives them up. Oh, just being able to explain something as simple as that with one metric in your market helps make people understand. By the way, I do a market update every month that tells people what's going on in the market. You want me to send it to you? They're like, hell yeah. Right? Not yeah, hell yeah. Right? So we've got to make sure that we're doing the simplest things in the world to be able to make sure we're telling the story. So guys, you got to incorporate that in your business. If you incorporate that in your business alone, just that one thing every single month, it will change the way people see you. They will start to see you as an expert and start to treat you like an expert and start to look at you as an expert and start to communicate with you an expert. And by the way, they're going to be willing to pay you like an expert. Is anybody scared they're not going to get paid to do a deal? Like a week ago might have been a real like, oh my gosh, we could do deals and not get paid. Like we might have to represent a buyer and not get paid, right? If we're able to communicate stuff like that, and you're able to communicate information that's factual and actual, and people see you as an expert, they're going to be willing to pay you like an expert. I saw my accountant yesterday morning getting my tax stuff put together for April, right? And we're ahead of it as usual. Compliments of my wife. It's not me. I would have done it on the what's tax day? I don't even know. My wife's got it done in February most of the time. Uh, whatever the date is, I would not hit it. My wife, every time she's early. Me, nah. Like I'll slide into that thing with my butt on fire. That's how I roll. Okay. So with that said, I bump into the accountant yesterday morning. I haven't seen him in person for a little while. And he goes, hey, what's going on with the real estate thing? I'm like, of course, right? He's going to ask me. So I was talking him through the conversation. And he's like, well, I thought it was this way. And I'm like, no. I'm like, hey, are your fees negotiable? He goes, no. I said, why should mine be? I was just goofing with him, right? But it was a matter of being able to have that conversation. And he's like, wait a minute, I got a bunch of clients that think that they don't know what's going on with this. So I was able to educate him on what's actually going on in the market. And he knows that I know my stuff. So he was like, dude, this is good info. I can use this with my customers and clients because some of them are thinking they could sell a house without a commission. So that's not the way it's going to work, right? So let me ask you this. If I'm a high level professional and doing a good job, you're going to be willing to pay me top dollar? Did you ever say, you know what? I'm going to have heart surgery next week. I'm going to look for a budget deal. I'm going to find a guy that's I'm going to find a guy that's cheap, good value. That's what I'm looking like. No, I don't care what it costs. I want the best guy I can get, right? If people start seeing you as the best guy they can get, they're going to start paying you like that. Guys, I don't have commission objections when I was working with sellers. I don't have commission objections when I'm working with buyers because they know I'm a professional and I'm an expert. I sound like one, walk like one, talk like one, and sometimes even dress like one. So this is going to be a huge part of your solution of making sure this person actually appears in your life soon. Good. Are there going to be some changes? Yes. Are there going to be some challenges? Absolutely. And you guys have tour guides for this. You have tons of input. And one of the inputs I'll keep doing is like, guys, keep telling the story. Find a little nugget, tell the story. People will start to see you as a resource. Other agents will start to see you as a resource. Cool. Okay. Good. Elizabeth, number 2 on the list, contractor list. Do you want me to talk about that briefly?
sure.
All right.
Whatever is helpful.
The second best recipe I've got, guys, is to build out a preferred contractor list. And for those of you that already saw me talk about this, I hope you've been working on it. Okay, building out a preferred contractor list. Guys, since I've been back in Michigan from my little month hiding in Texas, which I loved, by the way, I have Terry Black's hat, camouflage trucker hat from Terry Black's barbecue. If you guys have never been there to Terry Black's barbecue, they have these ribs that look like Fred Flintstone stuff. It looks like it's out of a cartoon. The guy's cutting this thing.
So good.
Like, you cannot be serious. What the heck is? It looks like the whole cow. Like, it's like this long and it's the size of a baseball bat of meat. I'm like, I've never ordered one rib ever in my life. I'm like, he's like, well, how many would you like? I'm like, I don't know. One? Could you do half rib? Can you saw that in half? Like, that's 14 people's worth of food, right? And by the way, it's fantastic. So Bill, since we've been back from Texas, we've had the plumber in the house two different times since we got back from Texas. One of the hose bibs blew up, it froze and blew up. Okay, and then we had a thing with this 1953 house. It's cool. It's got a lot of flavor. It's got cove ceilings and arched doorways. It's got all that cool stuff, and it's got shitty old plumbing, which comes along with old house stuff. So we had them deal with that stuff, and then we had them come back and do some other things, right? So here's the thing: if you live in houses and we're working with people in houses, shouldn't we be a resource for that? Yeah, so guess what? I just added a really good plumber on my list. So what I want you to start doing is going out on social media instead of being like, "Oh my God, the sky is falling." And say, "Hey guys, I'm in the real estate business. We're in the house business, and part of being in the house business and making sure I'm a resource for everybody." So with that said, I'm building out a preferred contractor list because I want to make sure we've got good people that are vetted, that do a good job, show up on time, communicate well, keep their pants pulled up, and are fair price. So if you know anybody who fits that criteria, send them my direction. And people will start to give you their good people. You can get really specific, asking for a specific type of trade like plumber or sewer scoping guy or painter. Or my wife just called my sister-in-law, who's a real estate agent, and said, "Hey, who's that lady that you had paint the whatchamacallit place?" So we had the lady came over and she's like, "How much to paint this living room?" And the lady's like, "I'll do it for $300. She's a good painter. She does a good job. She's just older and just likes to spare cash, right? Like, heck yeah, $300 to paint the living room. Done, right? Done and done. My wife's like, "Well, what if we don't get the color right?" I'm like, "Have her paint it twice. It's still $600. It's still a good deal, right?" So now I've got an inexpensive painter that'll do one room for a couple $100. You think I'm gonna wear that lady out? We're gonna put her in a grave early. We're gonna paint her to death, right? Because everybody could use somebody that's inexpensive that want, and she's nice, right? So having a list of these people and becoming a resource, now you become a resource for people, and people are going to start reaching out to you when it's time to do something with their house. They're going to reach out to you when it's time to sell their house, right? Guys, the average American, one of the slides I used when I was there, the average American is moving right now around about every 10 years. In early last year it was 9.3 and it's been creeping up. So it's right around 10 plus or minus right now. So what that means is over the next 10 years, if you're only going to communicate with them when it's time to sell a house, you're going to be valuable to them once every 10 years. Yay, you. And like, when do you know to be valuable to them? You don't, right? It could be any time during that 10 years. So what I want to do is I want to have things that I can do that put me out in the market that make people see me as a resource. Because here's the fun part. If the average person moves every 10 years and four things every year break on a house, you have 40 times more value and more contact potential with somebody than somebody that's just talking about houses. Look at it like this, guys. If they call you when they need a plumber because they know you know everybody, they're going to call you when it's time to sell the house because you are their expert, right? It's way easier to become their expert and their resource for this than it is for the house thing. But the good part is when you're the resource for this, you're going to most likely be the resource for the house thing too. So just leverage what's already out there. This is the free stuff, guys. You probably should know these people anyway, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but when I take a buyer and I show them a house, the house is never perfect. And instead of them going like, "Well, it might be somewhere around this amount," like, listen, I'm going to have my handyman guy come over and take a quick run through this. Typically, he runs about $400 for a day, and he'll come in to knock off all this nickel and dime crap. The GFI that busted, easy. That one cover plate that's not there, that who knows why they don't have a cover plate, not that that's easy. The double tap that shouldn't be double tapped in the box, we always find should be easy. The balancer on the window that makes it go up and it pops up out of there when you roll the window, that's an easy fix, right? And then the caulk touch-ups that need to be done, easy fix. This guy can roll in $300-400 and knock all that stuff off. Now, do you have a list of small things that are going to drive them nuts? Death by 1,000 cuts? No. Like, we can fix that all in a day. The buyer has a higher level of confidence. They know I've got somebody that's good and reputable to do that. And by the way, guys, I have 2 or 3 of each of these trades. Okay, so I have a recipe on how to do that, and I've given that to Elizabeth before. You guys can find this recipe, and then the third recipe that I don't have time to get into today, which is doing social media right. Here's a preview. Instead of me going out going, "Look at me, I'm a realtor," I'm going to do, here's a market update. Here's value for you. So I want you to start thinking of yourself in social. I want you to start thinking of yourself as, what can I give? What can I give? Not what can I get? How can I add value? I can add value by telling people what's going on in the market. They ask me all the time, why not give it to them? Okay. I can add value by being a resource. I can also add value by, instead of me promoting myself, if I happen to be home when the plumbers were doing their thing, and not on Zoom when they were leaving, I would have gone outside and grabbed the plumber. I'm like, hey, this is Joe the plumber. He came over to the house. He showed up on time. He communicated well. He did a good job. He's a fair price. He kept his pants pulled up. Thanks, Joe. Don't hesitate to use Joe's Plumbing, right? That's my social media post. So it's me promoting other people's businesses. Now people think I'm a freaking rock star versus self-promoting. I'm Russ the Realtor promoting other people's businesses. By the way, I shot a video, a selfie video of me in front of Terry Black's barbecue. I don't know if you guys saw it on social media. Like, this is the best freaking barbecue place ever. I could just stand out here and just sniff the air for the next 6 hours. And I should tip them $10 just to come out here and smell the place, right? That's the kind of stuff that I can do on social. So it's not just Russ, look at me, I'm dying. Please help me buy a house, sell a house. Let me help you buy or sell your house because I'm broke. It's me promoting other people's businesses, and people start to see me as a resource, and they see me as an expert, and they see me as somebody that's valuable. Okay. And you guys can find those recipes in jumpstartmasterclass.com. So if you go to jumpstartmasterclass.com, there's 8 modules that talk through those recipes. I do a little bit on mindset, talk about the market update, talk about 30 points to success, which is a tracking sheet you guys can use to track your business. Check this out. Elizabeth, I don't know if I've ever showed just this one. I built this little tracking sheet. It's called 30 points to success. And all you do is every day I'd be like, hey, what did I do that's business building every day? I did one of those, 2 of those, 6 of those. Every day I get 30 points. So now I know I'm moving the ball every day. That's built into that 8 module set, guys. I had that built as a clone to something I used to sell, and it's kind of truncated. It's a real simple version. It's the 3 recipes and the 30 points to success. So you guys can just focus on the stuff that takes your business to the next level. Okay. This is the kind of thing that you guys start doing intentionally over the next 12 months. I don't care what NAR does. I don't care what the lawyers do. I don't care what the industry does. I'm going to be a resource. I'm going to be valuable, and I'm going to take my business to the next level. Regardless of what goes on, I'm going to be this guy next year. Get clear on what you want. I mean, go for it, guys. You can have whatever you want, but do the simple stuff consistently. Don't do the crap. If you guys only do this, you can get your sphere converting at 5 and 6 and 7% easily. If you do it well, you can get your sphere converting at 8 and 10%. I mean, it's 200 people is 20 sales. How would you like 20 more sales? Add 200 people to your sphere doing stuff you love and add value to them, become their expert, and the business comes to you. It works. Trust me. We've tracked it. All right. I got to go.
You're amazing, my friend. Thank you for jumping in. I know you're tight today, but this was super valuable. So we appreciate you always.
Got it. Easy stuff. Super, super easy stuff. I'm going to take my.
You're going to have to take spotlight off because I still haven't figured that out, and see the rest of you guys here in 2 seconds.
I had a question, Elizabeth and Russ.
Yep.
Is there a place that we can find these modules that you're talking about? Where can we find that?
I just put it in the chat, Christy.
Thank you.
Jumpstartmasterclass.com. Yep. And I will actually put it in the group, in the workplace group as well.
You have to register to get in because it's in a platform called School, and that's just the way that thing's set up. But it's like you're not gonna get spammed or anything. That's literally built for EXP backend because people keep asking me for this stuff, and I'm like, it's delivered for free, right? To add value to you guys. Anytime you guys do better, we all do better. So I want you all to do better. So jumpstartmasterclass.com, jump in there. You can ask some questions in there. We actually started doing a mastermind on Fridays. My previous business partner is doing mastermind on Fridays. I do it when I'm in town, which is the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. And the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing it where people ask questions. They'll jump in and say, like, how do I do that? Right? Ask questions, and we track the numbers and hold you accountable to the 30 points to make sure you're moving the ball. Okay. So that's on Fridays at like 12:30 to 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I'll actually be on there today. So if you want to jump on and ask some questions, don't hesitate to jump on there. All right.
And you do Big Agent
Yes.
Friday every Friday at 10 a.m.
Big Agent meeting is coming up now in 10 minutes. It's going live, and I've got multiple guests in there, and yeehaw. So I think the production guy, Randy's going to be freaking out. He's like, where the hell are you? Because we're starting.
Blame me. Tell Randy it's all my fault. Randy loves me.
There's about 1,000 people live watching that thing every Friday. So I got to go.
All right, you go. We'll stay here. Russ, thank you so much.
You got it.
Awesome. Okay. So I know he was squeezing us in. So was that helpful? Yes.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Russ has a very impressive background. Russ, he actually was in real estate for a very long time, as he briefly mentioned. But he also was with Fathom, and he actually grew Fathom to what it is today. And then he realized our model, and he's been amazing. So he's awesome because he trains on production, and he pours into everybody on production. But he also is, like I said, one of our growth leaders. He's very, very strong Is Megan on here? She was on here earlier. Oh yeah, Megan's there. So Megan and her mom Pam got to meet Russ, and he just simplified things about what our model was. And so whenever you have anybody that you're trying to talk to about EXP, or you want to bring them in on the what you call it, growth leader side, he's awesome. So I want my people to know my people, and he's somebody to know. So we have about 10 minutes. What else is going on, guys? Let's mastermind a little bit. Anything, any ahas, any takeaways, any challenges we're dealing with right now? How can we help? Really?
I'll say something, Elizabeth.
Please.
It's just been an absolute pleasure to see, having been at KW for 18 and a half years, nothing wrong with KW, it was a good company. But the access that we have to high-level leaders at EXP that you have provided is such beyond value. And I just wanted to tell you I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate that. That's awesome. And it's one of those things where you are like at KW, I was there a long time. You guys were all there a long time. And it was great because we were surrounded by our people, right? But we are only surrounded by the people in our office. You didn't have the exposure. And then once you start getting the exposure to the people that we have in our model from a collaborative standpoint, it's just like, oh my gosh, we just need to share and bring them in. So we've got amazing people. I mean, y'all, I am so booked. I have us all booked all the way through the end of May. I think we're looking at June now. Brian Ellington. Did you guys know who Brian Ellington was at KW?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brian Ellington, he actually was one of the authors and helped write the MREA book, and was with Gary Keller and all of their training and building that out a long time ago. And then with Realogy and Century 21. And he came over, he's our chief learning officer, and he's doing some amazing thing. They just launched out EXP, our podcast online. So all of our podcasts are all in one place. They're doing a radio for all of EXP, but Brian was the one that was behind that. And he's going to be our guest next Friday, and he's amazing as well. So we've got so many different people lined up that they want to know all of us. They want to pour in. And I know this is a small group today, but the more value we can all bring together, and the more we can come together, the better we all are. So thank you for sharing that. What else? So he was talking about the contractor thing yesterday. It was funny because I've told you I don't do a whole lot of social media, but people are always watching us. I had a friend, I'd say an acquaintance now, because I haven't seen her or talked to her in 8 years. She reached out to me yesterday, and she's like, "Hey, I need your help on something. I watch what you're doing, and I see what you're doing, and I trust you. Who do you have that you would recommend that's a real estate attorney?" And she explained these things. But it was kind of one of those aha moments for me, going, "Oh my gosh, even though I'm doing not as much, they're still watching us, and they're still coming to us as a resource, and they're still seeing us as the expert." And so it kind of gave me a reminder or a kick in the pants to be a little bit more visible, exactly with what Russ was saying. I'm not one of those people that wants to talk about myself. I could care less, but I want to add value. And a lot of times I don't know what to say. But market updates, that information is critical right now. I'm not speaking personally on the NAR stuff. I know there's a lot of people doing that. I am not, for a number of reasons. First of all, there's still a lot of unknowns. I still want direction from our leadership and our brokers, so that I don't get myself in trouble or say something wrong. But I can still talk about the market updates, because all of us have market updates through our boards. I can still talk about my contractors. I love, love, love lifting other people up in their businesses and promoting them and bragging on them. So it's given me a whole laundry list of things that I can start implementing immediately.
But Elizabeth, we appreciate the fact that we didn't talk about the settlement, that we talked about how we can grow our business. And
Yep.
I think that Russ did a great job, putting us back on where our focus should be in doing the activities that are going to help us generate business, and not dwell on the negative.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And y'all have been in the business. A lot of us have been in the business a long time. We've seen things change constantly. And with change comes fear and uncertainty, but it's like, as long as we're navigating with the right people in our corner, I'm not worried about it. So, I mean, we show our value, we show up, we prove our worth, and we're gonna be given the narrative and given the training and supported in a bigger way. So I'm confident with who we're surrounded with. I know y'all have some other stuff. Y'all are super quiet today.
Elizabeth, I just want to say I bought my tickets to the rally in Dallas, and I can't wait to see you.
Oh, I'm so glad you'll be there. That'll be
Yeah.
fun. So the rallies are coming up all over. There's 20 of them, y'all. So I know there's one in Atlanta. I'm looking here to see where everybody is. I know there's one in Atlanta, Dallas, Houston. There's one, I think, in Orlando. I'll be at the Cincinnati one. Okay, I'm speaking at Charlotte, Cincinnati, Dallas, Vegas, and DC, I think. But good. I'm glad you'll be at the Dallas one. We'll be able to introduce you to all of our family.
Yeah, I'm excited. I actually made the decision when I saw that you were going to be on the panel. I was like, well, then I have to go.
Oh, well, thanks. No pressure there.
I'm
I'm speaking with Glenn, so that'll be fun.
They don't want you to come to Atlanta?
They did ask me to come to Atlanta. I had to say no because my husband is probably gonna divorce me. He told me I could go to 2. And then I'm a sucker and I ended up being at 6. I was invited to go to 10 of them and I couldn't make it work. Atlanta, I'd already booked. It's the same day as another one that I'd already confirmed with, but they had asked me just later. And it's not corporate asking. It's very honoring for me, but it's the people who are putting each of them together that are agents within their marketplace. So they have to bring in different icons from around the country. So I had already booked my other one before Atlanta came up.
Well,
But
Brian,
next time,
yeah, Brian is coming here.
Brian Ellington's coming there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every location has corporate. So there'll be a corporate speaker. Leo is going to be at a few of mine. Glenn is going to be at a few of mine. So anywhere you guys go, I would encourage you to go because I encourage you guys to meet our other EXP family. I encourage you to meet our leadership, and it's great for referrals and camaraderie and collaboration. So and if you're an icon, you get icon credit for it.
What do you mean icon credit?
So so we used to have the shareholders events and the EXPCon, and the icons are required to go to both events. And so the icons can go to the rallies and get credit for that.
Oh, well, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll be excited to hear what you guys think. There's a lot of great speakers that I'm seeing, and you guys are going to get some really great value. So, and that's what's so fun when you start collaborating with people from around the country, because they do things differently, right? They do things differently in every market. And that's why they don't want people from that market, really that state. They made an exception for me in Dallas because they didn't want anybody. The rule is nobody from that state is supposed to be a speaker, but the people who were running that one really wanted me for whatever reason, and so they made an exception. They're like, Dallas is kind of like another state from Austin. So, but what's great about it is you bring different skill sets and different topics and different styles from one state to another. And when I came over to EXP early on, y'all, and there were like only 400 people. The reason I catapulted my business is because all of a sudden I'm collaborating with people from Virginia and California and Florida. And I was taking things from their markets and that they were doing that we weren't doing in mine. And it set me apart from other people. So I would just encourage you all to show up, plug in, lean in, and just take as much nuggets. And then we can all share it back here as well and see what takeaways we all had. So, all right. So I think we're top of the hour. I thank you guys. I know it was a small group today. I thank you guys for showing up and being here. I love seeing y'all every week. I love that we all get to come together, and I'll plan on seeing you guys next Friday with Brian Ellington.
I just want to say thank you, Elizabeth, because you're always pouring on us and, and bringing people, to train us and be the best version of ourselves. So thank you so much for everything.
Well, thank you, y'all. I'm just making the opportunity. Y'all are the ones doing the work, showing up. So I appreciate you. So awesome. Y'all have an amazing, amazing weekend. I will look forward to, I'm heading to New York in the morning, y'all. I'm a Broadway junkie, so I get to go see some cool stuff this weekend, and then I'll be back Monday. So I'm going to unplug for a little bit, but if you guys need anything, let me know. And otherwise, I'll see you next Friday.
See you now.
Enjoy.
Bye, see ya.
Bye, y'all.